So you guys want to see some cool stuff? We're about a week away from the release of the Royalty and Legacy expansion pack, and I think early access has been open, so you're going to see some other creators going through the pack. But you can also see the items yourself, even if you're not in the creator network. So if you go into store, go into expansion packs, and click on Royalty and Legacy, you scroll down, and you can see everything that we're going to be getting, which a lot of it looks pretty cool. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to kind of just go do a brief run through of these images. I thought this could be at least to give you a good idea of what you'll be getting when you get the pack next week. All right, so I'm not going to do it through the game, but I did go through and I copied all the images and put them in a Google Doc. So I figured we can just kind of scroll through and look through everything there. So yeah, and we're going to start with the Create a Sim item. So it says we have 219 items, and I'm just going to go through. If I see anything like really interesting, I might call it out, but for the most part, I'll just kind of list it off. To start with, we have this crown. I think I called this like the Sauron crown in one of the other videos. It looks very pointy. It looks like something like you see like Sauron or the Witch King of Angmar, something that they would wear from the Lord of the Rings movies. We have some outfits which kind of look like just like typical like boarding school outfits. I'm guessing there's like a child version, and I'm guessing this is meant to be like a teen or like young adult version. Some basic, low heel shoes, some long socks, a shirt that's kind of, I guess, piratey shirt that's meant to open, that's kind of open down to the chest, so showing a little skin there. A pair of pants, a tuxedo with a longer set of tails, a tuxedo jacket. I'm assuming just some basic black pants. I guess like a Henley, kind of like a half tuck. We have a couple other tuxedo options. I guess these ones are shirtless. Okay. A few more pants. This one, I think looks like a butler's outfit, but okay. Some shorts. If I'm not mistaken, I think we saw this robe in the little CAS trailer they put out. But we have a dress, a couple just casual jackets, one with kind of like a lower, a shirt that's slightly open. This one looks like maybe like a sweater, like with like a collared shirt underneath of it. Just a long robe with, bare chest. A couple just very short sleeve shirts. Very nice looking hair. Longer dress. Very uncomfortable set of heels. I don't wear heels, so I can't speak to how this feels, but it doesn't look very comfortable. A pair of just like standard, looks like dressier shoes. A white dress, a white sleeveless dress, kind of like a pair of like slippers or like loafers. A haircut pair of shorts. Looks like another hair. Another pair of pants. A scarf. A blouse that's kind of open. A dress. And this weird vest thing that kind of like folds in. I think I said it looked almost like a corset in the other video. It still looks weird here. But yeah. A little bare midriff shirt. Okay. And a lot of this stuff just seems pretty straightforward. So you have this like other like lower cut dress, lower cut shirt, another skirt, another dress, more regal vest thing, but I guess it's a bare midriff. Okay. Kind of like the royal, like more opulent, like stylish jacket, another open blousered shirt, and another shirt. Like all the, I don't know, maybe the pants are supposed to raise higher because I'm not sure if these shirts are like meant to be like bare midriffs like that, but another dress. This one's on a male sim, which is kind of interesting. Another dress, a more formal outfit, another formal outfit, kind of like a more formal, I guess like this is the Africana style outfit. You have a couple crowns, like a very colorful shirt, another like long formal jacket type thing. It's a very bold pair of shorts with like a little stylish design, kind of a matching design on the shirt right here. I think I saw this dress in the cash trailers when it's kind of like the slit like in the chest and in the midriff. I thought this looked really cute. Just another full length suit, another pair of pants, the same dress. I'm guessing, I'm not sure why he's releasing here twice, unless this looks like it's on like a male sim versus a female sim. So maybe they made different maybe they made actually different outfits for masculine and feminine so they can wear the same stuff, maybe? Because I know you can technically do it if you remove the filters, but maybe this one is like a masculine version, this one is a feminine version. I guess we'll find out. Another like longer, like roby type outfit. This is more of like a more like princessy, like medieval style dress. We have a turban, we have some, I guess, slippers, like some kind of flats there. Another dress, another like bare midriff top, some kind of wide pants with a cool design, dress with a very cool design, a just random not to be seen thing, I guess. I think that's meant to be a dress. It might be a robe, not 100% sure. This looks like the same thing as this, but these look like maybe these are like male legs versus female legs. So I wonder if they just did like different versions for like a masculine frame or a feminine frame. Maybe another robe. This is kind of like the same version of this shirt, but this one's kind of open. Another dress, another suit jacket, almost like a tuxedo jacket, another open flowing top, which looks like the same one we had up here, except different color. Okay, another more vibrant shirt, kind of like the same thing, kind of open around the chest. Another piece of headgear. Man's, I guess, is masculine and feminine robes with kind of like the open style, kind of like the same pattern as here, which is also present on this tuxedo. Another pair of socks, but they look like you can see the toes. That's a little weird. Okay, same thing here. Another like a pair of like, I guess like flat shoes, some headpieces, sunglasses, another hairstyle. We have some of these like design, like these like almost like tank toppy type things. But I think we've seen a few of these already. So I'm not sure if these are just different items with like different patterns, and it's like actually separate slots in CAS, because it looks like we're seeing a lot of duplicates. But these ones are the more patterned ones. We have some patterned jackets, a couple patterned dresses. I think we're seeing like this blue pattern show up like quite a bit. Same with like these like little like circular patterns. Turban, kind of I don't know if this, I guess, is a full outfit, like the more colorful pants with like the longer jacket, another top, like really very short braids for the hair, another top. This one kind of has like a fancy little bow thing, it looks like right there. Pretty, dress with a nice design, skirt with a slit, like another dress, another skirt, another, I guess, neckerchief. These same shirts, just different frames and different, just these same like patterned shirts, just different frame. Short blouse, another hairstyle. I'm guessing this is the kids hairstyle. I say like the way they show like the kids' faces is a little creepy to me. But then I guess this looks like a pantsuit. Another top, kind of like a bear with like no shoulders, like a strapless top. I guess that's what you say. Kind of like a robed jacket with no shirt underneath. Robes. I think this is supposed to be like the kids' like nightwear robe. I think we saw this in the CAS trailer. A nice bracelet. A very chunky ring, another top, kind of like multi-layered, but like also like strapless on top, big chunky earrings, big chunky necklace, and there's still like 3 more pages of CAS stuff. So a bunch of rings, a few more crowns. These are the Tootsie Roll earrings I mentioned in another video. We have these same, I guess they're just showing like this is the same as this one. I guess this is like more for like a feminine frame versus like a masculine frame, but it's the same piece of jewelry. Another necklace, another very big set of earrings, another Tootsie Roll bracelet, a Tootsie Roll necklace. This was kind of like a conch shell. I think these are like conch shell pieces of jewelry. Another hairstyle, another set of like slippers. We have shorts. We have a nice patterned shirt. A few more necklaces, including like a little. I don't want to say conch. I'm not say conch, like puka shell. I think I mean to say like puka shell. The little shell things. They kind of like remind me of the shell necklaces that like everyone wore back in like the early 2000s. But yeah, we have more of that. Some chunky, some like big like ornate necklaces right here. Another like kind of like multi-layered dress, which is kind of cool. A pair of slippers, kind of like frilly top with a bare midriff. Nice pair of like pants that look like they have a little bit of frill at the bottom. This is the kids version of this hairstyle. Another piece of headwear, kind of like a pirate's outfit. Another piece of like the short braids. Another piece of headwear, kind of like masquerade mask. I did see a few of these in here. So we have, I guess, the first of the masquerade masks. Another, frilly top thing. I don't know the difference between this one and this one. I don't know why these are on here separately. But another pair of pants with a frill, because same pattern here. Piece of like hair, like kind of like afro out in the back. Slippers, another pair of slippers. I guess these maybe are kids versions, if these are like the adult versions. Nice long flowy dress. This looks like something we kind of have in Get Famous. Another dress, just like a high shoulder. Another crown. Another dress with like maybe a bigger whatever the bottom part is. I don't know fashion. I probably shouldn't be going over CAS stuff right now because I don't know what any of this stuff is called. But yeah, thank you for sticking around. We have another basically set of crowns, another set of like masquerade masks, another very uncomfortable pair of heels, another set of hair. I guess this is the kids version of this hair maybe. Another necklace. One thing, like these choker necklaces, they seem like they're sitting like really high on your neck. I don't know if that's accurate. Another masquerade mask, another dress, kind of like a more flowy bottom, crown, swimwear, crown, like a fascinator. These look kind of like the hats you see people wearing at like the Kentucky Derby or something like that. Crown, another fascinator, another crown. The eye makeup, I think this is for like the frog nobility. A one-piece swimsuit, I think. Crown, another dress, which okay, it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same, but so another dress, like it looks like strapless on the top, another set of earrings. I guess these are like nightgowns, maybe, for the kids, but they kind of have like little poofy arms. A pair of sunglasses, another dress, another kind of like poofy, another adult dress, another kid's dress, kind of like a pearlescent with like an amber looking necklace. I don't know what this is supposed to be. This just looks like a pair of feet. I don't know why this is in here, but as you do. Another dress. This dress looks kind of like a dress, cross between a dress and a suit of armor. This dress kind of has the same like top up here, but it's just like a straightforward bottom part. Looks like a piece of hair is pulled back, an eye patch, a pair of pajamas. I guess these are probably the only two toddler piece of outfit in this game. game. So we have just like a little pant shirt combo and like a little dress. Hair piece kind of has waves on both sides. Another piece of swimwear, piece of hair with all parted to the side. Another piece of hair, everything's pulled back. Another swimsuit. I guess this is the masculine version of this swimsuit. Little kids, I guess like military outfit or like ceremonial outfit. Hair with kind of like a cool like little spiral braided in there. Another piece of hair with like shorter braids with like a little bit of a poof in the back. I guess this is the kids version of this hair. Another necklace, a dress that has seems like obnoxiously big shoulders. I'd be curious what it looks like in the game. A set of gloves, another crown. It looks like these are, I'm guessing these are toddler shoes. You see your leggings and like matching set of gloves. This looks like a piece of lingerie. And then 2 more crowns. So that is it for the cast. Like I said, the game says it has 219 items. Some of these seem like duplicates to me. Some of it seems like the same clothing, but maybe they actually made like masculine versus feminine frame ones. I'm guessing that's what they're trying to go for here. But yeah, anyway, that was CAS. The thing I'm really excited about is, as I consider myself more of a builder, is all the build mode stuff. And the build mode stuff looks pretty sweet. So this game says there's 245 of these. Some of this stuff does look like it's like kind of duplicated, or it looks familiar to what we've seen in other packs. Like we have this like lavender bush, which I think we have in like a few other packs. This looks like just kind of like a recolor of the wisteria from Cottage Living. I've seen these types of bushes before. I've seen similar trees and stuff, but you know, it's a few more color variations. It's fine. We have these kind of like ornate doors. These kind of remind me of the doors from Businesses and Hobbies, which makes sense because I think these are more European inspired, and that was kind of like a European inspired pack. They're just like a little more ornate like on the frame. We have a boat or like a sailboat. I'm not sure if this is something that's gonna be usable, kind of like this. I think the sailboats from like the Island Living, or if this is just like a live edit item, but it looks cool. Another set of windows. I'm guessing these are dance floors, but not 100% sure. Like I'm guessing this is the smallest, the biggest, and this is more of like a rectangular one. A few more doors, kind of like an open a frame that has like the same flare on the top. This looks like an open door version of this door. I wish we would just have a toggle. You can just leave doors open or shut without having to have a separate thing, but neither here nor there. We got stairs updates, so maybe we'll get a door update eventually. Another door. I think this is that family tree research board. I think they showed it in a few trailers. This looks like just like an open window, like a pass through, which is kind of cool. Another window, again, very Business and Hobbies-esque to me, but has like just like a little more in the frame. I think this is the dummy where you can like practice your swordsmanship. I think this is the cuckoo clock that you can use as like the secret portal. Another door, another window, another door. These, like this one and this one here, I think these are just like standalone shutters, which that is really cool. I think you could see that like just being used for like a bunch of different stuff, because not all the windows have shutters, but these, assuming depending on what colors they come in, you could probably use these with a lot of like the base game windows or anything like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Again, more windows, another door. I guess green is like the default swatch, but I'm assuming it'll be other colors. This one looks pretty cool. This one, I think this is the Sim Caliber. So this is the Sword in the Stone. We have an archway, another door, another window, another archway, another set of windows. This one is kind of like a double door with like the very minimal frame, but has like the glass, which I think is cool. I think this is the podium where I guess you can do like press conferences. This is wallpaper. This is wallpaper that's a little bit of the wainscoting at the bottom. Another archway, a thin window. I'm thinking these two are the thrones. I'd be curious to know if you can only use these as thrones, or if you can designate another type of chair like as a throne and work with that, but we'll see what happens. A crown on a pillow. I think this is the enchanted mirror that you're supposed to go into, and it can like change your fate. Kind of works like the wishing well, I think, from Luxury Garden or Romantic Garden stuff. This looks like an open door version of, I know I saw this one. I saw the one with no doors. This looks like an open door version of something. Maybe there was another one like this. I don't know. But anyway, this looks like this is just an open arch. This one looks like it has like, looks like it might have doors on it. And then another archway with just doors. I think that's doors. I really wish, just give us like even like a mod or something, just to click on it, you can just have like the door like stay open. That'd be awesome. This looks like I'm assuming this is like a research book. Looks like a side table, another set of open doors. I'm guessing this is a rug. rug, and this is like a coffee table, like a bench that has like a matching pattern. This looks like a speaker. These look like pots. We have some stone walls, another corbel, just another set of like pots. I think these are like capstones for like columns or like fences, because we have this one, and then we have this one down here, which actually has the peacock that they used the decor to the Max kit. Looks like a food stall, some more doors. I think these are the more Dembele, I guess, and styled doors. And then I think I've jumped around a little bit too. We have another set of flooring. I think this is I think this might be a chimney. Another lamp. Guessing this is a rug. Some more food stalls, or just like regular like sales stalls. We have a gate. We have a pretty nice like archway with wisteria. A nice little decorative, I guess, flare piece that you can put under windows and stuff. A statue. I believe this is a spandrel. Just like a little wall accent. Another wall accent. This might probably be a dining table, maybe. This is I'm assuming like a side table. A chair. Obviously that's a chair. I'm assuming this is also a side table. This is probably one that you would probably put like around the bed or like between two chairs or something, where this is more of like a TV stand, like bureau type thing. This is more a plushy chair. I'm guessing these are like wall panels, kind of like an eco lifestyle. You have like the ones for like large, medium, and small wall height, and they just kind of like a little accent. I think this is kind of the same thing. We have a corner tub, a plant. I'm assuming this is another door, chair, and I guess like a matching couch or love seat. A few tile options, including one that has like a little stone base, a lantern, another wallpaper, a lounge chair. This looks like a camp or like a little fire pit or something. These could either be floors or walls. I'm gonna guess this one's a floor, maybe this one's a wall, but yeah. A rug, a mirror, a fireplace, an umbrella, another chess set. This looks like the doorways that have like the beads in them. That's what this reminds me of. I don't know if that's what that is. I really want this pack. I really want to actually like dive into this pack, but we have a couple trees. These look like the fruit trees, which I think we think we've had a few of these in like other packs. So I think these are just a reskin. This looks like a dining room table, a very nice canopy bed, double bed, and a single bed, a statue. We have some curtains, a piece of wall decor, could be like a reef, another like piece of decoration. This looks like it could be either a longer dining table or like another like longer like side table. This, I think I saw someone post something online. This is another modular couch, kind of like the ones we got in Dream Home Decorator. So it's gonna have like the different like pieces, like the corner pieces and like the pieces out the back. So I'm very excited about this. Sink, bathroom sink, another couch, kind of like a gold, looks like gold trim with a nice ornate fabric. Looks like a pot. I'm guessing this stuff is like wall decor. So we have like a tapestry and another piece. I'm not sure what this would be. This looks like another podium to me. This looks like a little mini castle. I'm not sure if that's a toy or if that's like a live edit thing that's actually really big. Another table, a little wall fountain, a little floor fountain, a pair of shoes, which I think you can kind of use like clutter. Another fountain. We have some trees. We have a runner. We have, I'm assuming this is a bench, another table, a rug. We have another, I think this is like I guess maybe this is a 2 tile wide version of this, whereas this is a 3 tile wide. Another chair. I'm guessing it's probably an ottoman, but kind of like a matching chair to go with that. This one, I think we have this in the game already, just like different colors. This, I'm guessing, is a storage container. I think in one of like the Discord Q&As, I think they mentioned there was like a crest that you could put your seal up on. I think that's what this is for. This thing right here. This is a little like makeup table. Another couch, or maybe this one would be a love seat. Another plant. It's kind of like dingier versions of some of the walls you've already seen. I like that they're actually including like dingy variants, so you can make like a nice opulent, clean, pristine building, or you can make one that's maybe showing its age a little bit, maybe a little bit run down. We have some kind of like a multi-piece like light fixture, a lamp, a pot. This I think is a like clothes storage, because I believe I saw, jumping down a little bit, we had some like things on hangers right here that I think you can put in there. And then candelabra, another candle, another boat. This looks like it might be like a model boat though, so it has like a little base on the bottom. A couple chairs, a bookshelf. I think this is another like book, maybe like a clutter piece. Looks like a runner. Another bed, another table. This one looks more like a side table variant of like this one, and some cabinetry. So we have the lowers, it looks like we have the bar, and then we have the uppers right here. Looks like some runners. I'm guessing these like have a few different like customizable options for the runners, because they have multiples, and then some of them, like these ones right here, kind of only have like the gold on one side, so maybe you're supposed to like flip them around, make like your own like custom rug setup. This cabinet, this is something we saw in one of the trailers. It has like the little ladder going up to higher shelves. I think this thing looks really cool. I think I saw in the trailers they were using this in the kitchen, but I could see this potentially being used like a library or something. We have a sink, kind of like a farm style sink, and then a stove that has its own built-in range. It looks a little weird here, but I could see maybe in like palatial build, I could see it maybe fitting. We have a mirror, another candle, a set of candles, another chair. This looks like a little perfume set. I'm guessing these are kind of like the emblems you can use for your dynasty. I think these are meant to go with this. And then another plant, a rug, another pot. This one's a bar. And we have some curtains. We have nice little, I think it's used as a curtains. Kind of looks like a tapestry, like a mix of like tapestry and curtain. A fireplace. Looks like another set of like makeup. So it's probably like clutter. A telescope. This, I'm guessing this is just like kind of like a curtain type thing. It looks like something you'd see maybe like on a stage. This looks like a high top table. This looks like a single version of the same bed that we saw right here. And another statue. I think this is the bar. This is the back shelving that's supposed to go with this bar. We have kind of like one of those like chase loungers. The book, globe, and candle. So we have like another plant, another like bowl of fruit. This looks like a bit of clutter. I'm not really sure what though. A piano, a set of floor tiles, curtains. I guess small, medium, and tall wall height. We have a set of pots. I'm always up for like another set of like pot stuff I can pull on the walls in my kitchen. So this looks really nice. This little bar cart, and I actually want a bar cart like this in real life. So I'm actually kind of excited to have something like this in the game. I've been looking for one forever, but I can't find one that just matches like the aesthetic that I want. But maybe one day. A chair, another bookshelf. This one's kind of has like the, I want to say it's kind of like the adobo style, kind of like you've seen like New Mexico. I'm guessing this is more like the Dambele inspired architecture, but yeah, it's a bookshelf. You have a coffee table. I think these are build versions, I guess, of the masquerade masks. Maybe you can put these out on display. A portrait, a tree. This looks like a fan, kind of like one of those fans you like wave to like cool yourself off. Looks like it's just a piece of like wall decor. Open piece of wall decor. It's like a ship's wheel. A very opulent chandelier. I'm guessing a dresser, or it could be a fridge. This one, I'm guessing, is a very fancy royal mailbox. I could be wrong, but I see like a little slot there. It makes me think mailbox. We have a dollhouse. We have the pieces of clothing that you can hang up in this thing. And then a portrait, a little desk mirror, another picture. We have some new baby bassinets for like your royal babies. Another set of bookshelves, another emblem, which I'm guessing this one could also be used on like this shield thing. But you could probably also use these on like those signs for like business and hobbies, those like glow up ones. I think these are just decals, so you can just stick wherever. Another set of bookshelves that kind of match up with this one. So I guess it's a short, medium, and tall wall height. Probably gonna look more like built-ins. I think that's pretty cool. Set of doors. Yeah, we're just seeing a little fewer doors down here, so a few, and then the arches as well as the open door variants. We have the elevators, which I think this is because there are apartments in one of the neighborhoods. I think this is how you would do to get up to the actual apartment level. So I think that's why these are here. So they're not all of a sudden adding elevators to the game that you can use any lot. These are only really going to be working for those apartment lots. I think this is the chandelier that's part of the early purchase rewards, and I think this is another one of the swordsmanship practice dummies. I think this is also part of the early purchase rewards. So I think that's pretty much it. This is a pretty good haul. Overall, it looks like a nice variety of items. You have some stuff that's kind of like the more European style versus like a more modern, like a more like Africana style. I like that we have a mix of like more clean, pristine like walls versus the ones that are a little bit dingy. I was actually just trying to do a build for the very veggie, and I'm noticing the packs I was using, like it didn't have like dingy wall options, and it was supposed to be like a very dingy kind of build because I think it was for the potato gen. So yeah, it's nice to see like they're incorporating options like this into the game. I don't know if that's going to be a thing for packs going forward, if there are even packs going forward, because I keep hearing the rumors that this is the last pack, but we'll see. And I like that we have some like just a general clutter. Like I like having just more shoe clutter just to have stuff on the floor, and I really like this modular chair idea. But yeah, a lot of really cool build buy stuff. As far as CAS stuff, like I said, I don't get too deep into CAS. I think I've said a few times I find it a bit overwhelming, but there is some really nice stuff here. I do like a lot of the hairs. I like the masquerade masks. I'm wondering if like a masquerade party is like an event in the game, because that could be really cool if you have to wear these. And I do like a lot of the male fashion. Some of it is like kind of like stuffy royal type thing, but some of it's just kind of like casual wear. And I think having a nice mix of both is really good. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it, my friends. So thank you guys for watching my little preview of the Royalty and Legacy cast and build by. If you like this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment what you think of the cast and build by items. If there's anything in particular that you really like, if there's anything in particular you really hate, I'd be curious to know that too. If you've not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I'm trying to do more Sims news, but I also do Sims Let's Plays, Sims builds. I play a little bit Animal Crossing. Leave a comment if you have any other games you want me to try out, because I'm open to that too. But yeah, with all that, I guys hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.